ZBCN, what I said versus what you heard over the last video, because the amount of trolling I received in the last video is outrageous and off the charts. But luckily enough, I still love all of you. This video is about ZBCN, and it is an answer to all the trolls and all the skeptics and all the people haters over here that don't understand what it is I'm trying to say. Okay, so stay tuned until the end of this video. Actually watch it if you want to A, understand what I try to say yesterday, and B, see what it will take for ZBCN to convince me that momentum is back in play. Because with all due respect, momentum is a big thing, at least for me. Remember, this is my channel. I'm going to talk about the way I view things and the way I execute things as a trader. And momentum for me is really important. I do not do these things. I do not marry a coin. I do not hodl. Okay. And I definitely don't pretend to be an investor. Okay. What do? I trade in and out. I don't marry a coin. Okay. I date it. Okay. I make sure that I don't have opportunity costs just by sitting on it or having huge open risk potentially if it goes down, just because I want to hold it and because I have conviction and because for God knows why I believe that my skill set of being a prophet is what should pay me. Okay, for some reason that's what a lot of people think, but that's not how the market works. Not how the market works. The market pays every now and then by mistake, luck. Okay, just like winning the lottery, it can, if you win the lottery, you were paid by being lucky. But I never heard about someone who won the lottery week in and week out. And that's what we want to be as investors and traders. We want to make money consistently, day in and day out, month in and month out, year in and year out. Okay, so make sure you understand A, what did I mean? B, what do I need to see to be convinced on ZBCN that it is continuing from a standpoint of momentum? Because there's one thing I'm not, and I'm not utterly bearish, okay, on ZBCN. The only thing I wanted to say last time is that, hey, is there something wrong with ZBCN? Because that was the thumbnail. I was like, something wrong with ZBCN. Oh, everyone was, oh, nothing's wrong with it. They were like attacked. Everyone felt like, oh, a sting to their heart. You shot me, Jomo. That's not what I was doing, okay? So I wasn't attacking anyone. I was just raising a question. What is wrong, at least from a momentum standpoint, at least from a price action standpoint? Why is it going down, okay? And some warning signs. And yes, I do know that Bitcoin has a lot to do with it. So come with me without further ado. Let's dive into the chart. So this is the ZBCN chart. By the way, this is a new setup for the chart. I talk with ChatGPT to help me construct colors that are easier on the eyes, because eye strain for traders is a thing and I don't want to lose my eyesight. I am already color blinded, so I don't want to lose eyesight also. So what was I saying on yesterday's video? And again, open your ears, open your mind, because to be successful as a trader, okay, you want to have a ability to digest information coming towards you, clean what's nonsense, okay, and take what is truly, evidence and use that for your execution, okay? So, but you need to have both sides. You can never be only one side minded. That doesn't work, because maybe you will be right every now and then, again, just like winning the lottery. But on the consistency level, you won't, because you'll be always, oh, I'm the best, I'm convicted, I'm whatever. And conviction means nothing. And I've said that in the past video, okay? Conviction, you think that something, a conviction in, you think this will happen, means zero, okay? A conviction in your statistics, for example, that's something else, and I outlined it in the past video, okay? Anyways, right now, what did I say? I said that there are some things that are worrying me, okay? And here are a few things. First of all, we broke below this trend line, okay? Meaning this is the first indication of a loss of momentum, okay? Is this trend line the Trump wall that you can never penetrate back up again? No, okay? This is definitely not the Trump wall, and you can go back above it later on, as I will discuss in a few minutes, while I will show you what I need to see in order for, ZBCN, for me to feel it's bullish again. But first of all, we went below this trend line, one thing. Second thing, okay, is that we broke this long-term, horizontal resistance, turn support, turning resistance, turn support again, and now potentially resistance again, okay? So if you'll take a look over here, it was a resistance here, then was support all through here, resistance here, resistance here, resistance here, then support here, and now potentially resistance again. Now you can see that the break from the trend line and the break from this level, the 45 level, which was for me the whole door moment, this was a support I wanted to maintain, okay, was broken down. Okay, so what did I say today? That price action wise and momentum wise, ZBCN has some red flags. That is it. I said has red flags. I call it negatives or cons because you always want to be level-headed and not biased once you invest your money. That's how you do it. If you want to treat this as a professional endeavor or as something that you take seriously, you need to think it in a serious matters, okay? So these are the main things that we're outlaying that are kind of red line. Also, I said that we are at the brink of losing, this last price area, which can be support, because I said, and we didn't have this candle today, and today we're getting some love, okay? But we can also go back down from it. And if we lose the 34 area, that will be, at least from in my books, from my experience. And again, the fact that in my experience something is negative doesn't mean it will pan out negative, because in my experience is all about probabilities, okay? Probabilities, things that happen more often than not, or at least maybe they happen less often than not, but when they happen, they pay much more. They pay to me much more than they lose to me if I take them, okay? That is how a trader thinks. That's how an investor thinks, okay? From a probability standpoint and from a risk to reward standpoint. That's how you want to think, okay? And again, I'm doing these videos to teach you how to think, to teach you how to view things from a professional perspective, okay? So, but right now we didn't penetrate this just yet, okay? So this was all what I was trying to kind of paint in yesterday's videos, that there are some negatives, cons, or red flags that we want to be aware of. Now, where would I change my mind? Okay, back again to maybe momentum is coming back in the market. Okay, and it will need to, by the way, coincide with Bitcoin, because nothing will work without Bitcoin. And this is something I try to say again, and people are like, oh, so many comments, but Bitcoin is going down, all the market's going down, why are you talking about ZBCN? I wasn't trying to hate on ZBCN. Of course, a lot of the pressure that ZBCN is having is because of what's happening on Bitcoin. You can see Bitcoin is in a downtrend. But also, you have coins, for example, like AIoT, which we have traded in the membership, that skyrocketed from our entry here, okay? So you can't say that everything was under pressure because Bitcoin was under pressure. That's not how it works, but I do appreciate the fact that it is one thing. Bitcoin was under pressure, and of course, a lot of alts were under pressure too, though if something had real momentum, it broke out. For example, AIoT, for example, Ethereum, for example, and so more and so on. So trades made us money. But if Bitcoin goes above, and we need Bitcoin to break the new highs. Again, if Bitcoin doesn't break the new highs and we actually go lower for choppiness and then down from here, because this is always a possibility. Remember, probability standpoint, that's how you want to be thinking. Then the market will going to implode with Bitcoin. But assuming that Bitcoin is going to go up, okay, then the market will have air to breathe, okay? Even if we go above this area and back above the 117, that's already really good. We can actually go through there. So yes, Bitcoin needs to play ball. Now, let's say Bitcoin is playing ball. What I want to see, okay, for ZBCN are a few things. Actually, let's start from here. I want to see this area, which is now potentially resistance, all right? I want it to go, I want us to go above it, okay? If, for example, we go to it and then back down, then I'm going to look to short, okay? Because this is going to be like a retest and showdown, just like what happened here, just like what happened here. This can happen. This can happen. You need just be open-minded of the risk, okay? So this can happen, okay? But let's say what I want to see happens, then what I will see is something like this, actually. A break above this trend line, above this horizontal, maybe resistance, then turn support and then back up again. Also, this will coincide, okay, with B, which is to go back above this trend line also, okay? So something like this, and also a retest of this trend line above, this is what I want to see, okay? Now, if these two things happening, okay, let's call this, A, we go above this trend line here, and doesn't matter, and B, we go above this resistance right now, which was resistance and support, and resistance and support, okay? These are two things that will put me in the right mindset that ZBCN is gaining potential momentum again and getting back into structure, okay? And then the next steps are A, to go above this 60 area, okay, which is going to be where I believe we can actually go to new highs, and that will propel momentum. And of course, more than that, going to a new all-time high. It can be in a stair-step fashion. Let me do something like this. Maybe then we do this, boom, breakout, do like this, boom, breakout, and off to the races. And of course, I'm going to be looking to engage anywhere here, maybe start a position. If this happens, I can add back to it. If this happens, I can add back to it. Now, some of you are going to say, but Joe, I bought it here, okay? You're only buying it higher. I don't care buying higher if I have confirmation, because that makes the expected value for me as from a consistency standpoint much better. And B, hey, I bought here, sold here. I bought here and sold here and here. And if I buy here again and here, huge positions, and then sell at I don't know how many, I'm still making big profits for me, for my members, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now you got it. Okay, now you got it. You got what I try to say. Okay, because a lot of you listen one side, you get it in, outside, and all the biases here, and you hear something different than what I actually said. So I explained it again, and B, I showed you with more emphasis what it is that I'm looking for further confirmation for me to get back into the game. The one thing I didn't say is that ZBCN is gone forever. I didn't say that yesterday, and I'm not saying it now. Is it a possibility? Always. Remember, I do not have conviction in opinions. I only have conviction in statistics and in expected values and in probabilities. That's how I roll. And hey, these videos are meant for you, the ones that have lasted until the end, because all the trolls and all the haters, they watch the video. B, if they watch the first minute, maybe 2 minutes, but it's for you that I make these videos. I want you to see from an experienced standpoint how to think, from a probability standpoint, how to think about a risk standpoint, because open risk is always a thing. People do not appreciate risk for some reason. All people in crypto think it's just easy money. Well, it's not, and we know it. We know it's not. And also, even they rely on luck. And even if they got lucky, they forgot about all the time it took them. While I don't believe in that opportunity cost. I don't need to wait in something in order for me to catch the wave. Okay, it's like me being in the water, in the ocean, waiting for the perfect wave. I'm in the water. I can be there for weeks. No, but I'm a surfer. I want to surf on waves. Even if the small waves I catch, I have some fun and move on. So as a trader, I catch small trades, bigger trades, but I constantly, not all the time. For example, the past 2 weeks, I haven't taken any trades, for example. I'm not in the ocean because the ocean was too choppy. There was a storm. Now maybe the ocean is coming back, so I'll go back, okay? Anyways, that's how I think. This video was made for you. Thank you very much for staying until the end. Thumbs up. If you stayed until the very end, okay, until the very end, please comment in the section below. Write the first letter of your first name. That's it. Just write the first letter of your first name, and I will know that you watched until the end. Smash the like, subscribe if you haven't. That will help me a lot. Until next time, no edge, no trade.